Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And like I said in my previous update, there's a ton of news in the XRP community right freaking now. So guys, if you can, please help the channel out by pressing that like button. And comment down below if you still think that Ripple will win this. Obviously, every single time I check the comment section, it changes, it varies a little bit. There's actually quite a significant amount of hatred. A lot of you guys say, Dusty, why do you keep asking? Trust me, check the comment section. There's quite a ton of people who are really thinking Ripple won't make it out, or that it's all fake and Ripple and the SEC are working together and ultimately they will lose. Guys, there's so many different opinions on all of this. It is interesting to me to see what you guys think about it. So put it down below. Having said that, let's dive in. All right, a lot of stuff happened, a lot of stuff went down. Let's go over the official updates first, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into the sidelines, as it is it is really interesting. So first of all, the court grants the SEC's motion to compel production of Ripple's Slack communications in a text-only order. The order states, order granting 283-letter motion, the Slack messages sought are relevant to the party's claims and defenses, and proportional to the needs of the case. Any burden to Ripple is outweighed by its previous agreement to produce the relevant Slack messages, the relative resources of the parties, and the amount in controversy. Accordingly, Ripple is ordered to search and produce responsive documents from the Slack platform from the 22 custodians identified by the SEC. So basically, Ripple lost this one, depending on how you view it. Is it bad? Is it good? Nothing really. It's neutral. To be honest with you, this is like a normal fact discovery type of thing. Once more, guys, I am not a financial or legal advisor. I have minimal experience with the law. However, I do research. You guys know it by now. I have dived, whatever. That's an interesting pun. I just told you I'm doing research, and then my English messes up, right? Once more, English is not my native language. Now, I went to deep dive a little bit into the law in the United States and really tried to figure my way out about how these things work. And what I noticed is that a really normal procedure throughout this all, again, in fact discovery, is getting your facts and going through a ton of motions to compel. That is also why right now we're seeing a ton of motions to compel by Ripple's side and the SEC side, specifically because they're getting closer and closer to the deadline. Now the deadline has already been due. They're doing that because they need facts from the other side. Now, there's two strange things. One, why so many at the end of the deadline? Like, why not a couple months earlier? Well, specifically here, the SEC said that they couldn't do it because they didn't know. And most interestingly, in my opinion, why not get this info when you're doing your research? The SEC side, really, in this entire fact discovery period, should have actually mostly been going after things which they couldn't have gone after beforehand. Yet, it kind of seems like they're just trying to build something and trying to fish to find something here, because why would they even have the need to file so many motions to compel when they should have compelled the majority of the information before actually starting the lawsuit? My own opinion, though. Now, Jeremy Hogan had some words to say. Don't like this post. Sometimes I don't like being correct, but here we are. The judge granted the SEC's motion to compel Ripple's Slack messaging documents. We'll find out in a couple of months what those messages show, if anything at all. But most likely, it ain't nothing too much, guys. Andrew said, this bothers me less after hearing the objective standard yesterday, because now, even if the messages showed that they thought they might be violating security laws, that doesn't actually matter. If the law is unclear, it's less important what they think, right? And Jeremy says, yes, you're paying attention. But I think the SEC in these docs is looking for messages that suggest that Ripple was treating XRP like a share of stock, e.g., let's put out this press release now so that the XRP price will increase or something like that. And you might think, oh, why would Ripple do that? Or why would they do that? Almost any crypto project I've ever spoken to in my life, which is at least 100 as of this point. No, okay, I'm lying a little bit. There's a lot of crypto projects that I've spoken to. I haven't talked to them about this with all of them. But a lot of those guys, they actually have strategies in place to make sure the market price never drops too far or never drops below a certain point and never goes too low, because, well, that's detrimental for the advancement of your crypto. So let me say it differently, right? Marketing campaigns are scheduled around pain points sometimes. For example, let's say there's a new sort of crypto that just came out, right? And this crypto has 100 billion coins, of which 10% is locked up to the founders. However, the founder had to lock it up for the first 24 months or 12 months, whatever. Once he gets to sell it, though, usually he does so a little bit. And the problem there is that at those points, there's a really, really big selling pressure, and so the price usually drops like crazy. Or people already sell in anticipation because they do not want that guy to sell. So a lot of these projects, they build marketing campaigns just around those areas to make sure that the price is kind of kept up or that the volume is high enough so that these founders and guys can actually sell it properly without that big of an influence. Now, if Ripple did something like that, it wouldn't be too crazy either because Ethereum most likely did it, Cardano's most likely doing it, all these guys are doing it. It's not that odd, right? It really isn't. However, it is kind of odd if you look at it from a SEC investigation perspective. I can understand that too. So just quickly letting you guys know, a lot of these crypto projects have the same type of thought process. Now that is part one of what just came out, right? James Fillon went to deep dive in a little bit into everything, but really big, I'm going to retweet it for you guys too, so you're all up to date on that one. Then point number 2 is the court denied the motion for attorney Lilia Tesler to appear pro hack vice. The court stated that the attorney does not represent a party or a movement in the case, and the clerk of the court is directed to strike the Chamber of Digital Commerce from the docket pending a proper motion for leave to file an amicus brief. The court left open the possibility that the Chamber of Digital Commerce could request permission to file an amicus brief in the future. It was a text-only order, meaning there's no separate documents to post. And so I can actually explain this to you guys in the most easy way, which is attorney Lilia Tesler wanted to assist the court, and the judge denied it. Why, you might ask? It's not because she didn't want the advice. It's because over in her court, from this judge, the court over there, there's a local rule. And that local rule specifies that if you want to file for such an appearance, right? Let me explain it one step further. To file for an appearance in this specific court, if you want to file for that one, you have to file to be able to file for something. Very often in this case, guys, I showed you that these guys are filing to file a motion to compel, for example, or filing to file a motion. It basically means they're requesting to be able to place a request, which I have said time and time again is ridiculously stupid, but that is a local rule, which means in a lot of other courts, not the case, but here, it's a rule that you have to file to be able to file something, which is basically like Justin Sun always make an announcement of an announcement. That's basically what it is. But this attorney Lilia Tesler was most likely not aware of these local rules. She just basically said, hey, can I appear as a friend of the court? And the judge didn't even want to say anything about it. She's just like, well, you didn't go through the normal procedure, so big middle finger to you. That's the long and down about it, all right? So I think a couple of guys on Twitter, let me quickly see through here, right? Because I also was kind of popping up a couple of things to kind of conclude it right here. Let's quickly check it out. Right, I think David Swartz went on about this one, which is rather funny. Okay, Crypto Law posted breaking. Judge Nedburn has denied motion to appear pro hack vice from counsel for Chamber of Digital Commerce and ordered motion stricken from the docket pending a proper motion for leave to file an amicus brief. And Mark Powell basically said, hey, what does it mean for normal people? Because this is all law stuff. Crypto Law said the counsel for the chamber filed a motion to appear in the case as a friend of the court. But Judge Nedburn has her own local rules to be followed, starting with the motion for leave. And this motion for leave is basically this, this motion before you file your initial motion, right? That's called a motion for leave. Why? I don't know. Strange wording, to be honest with you, but that's the way it went. And the first 10 times I saw it, I was kind of confused. Like, why do you have to file a motion to leave when trying to enter? But a motion for leave just basically means you file that one. It's basically a request to be able to file the proper motion. This was not a rejection on merits, only on procedure. Mark says so. It's like she's saying, I don't need your interference. I've got my stuff covered. No. She's saying that the motion didn't jump through the proper hoops in the correct order. So you have to go back to the beginning and start over. It's a puzzling local rule that requires you to ask for permission to ask for something before you ask for it. Seems kind of pointless. And that's because it is. And now, Tip says this is also what happened to John Deaton a little while ago when he first asked Judge Torres to file for a motion to intervene. John says, yes, it did. Very unique local rules. You should have seen how stressed I was once I realized that the font size for footnotes is 12 points, the same font size for the motion themselves. Usually, however, the footnotes will be 10 points, but when I converted it was a paragraph over the page limit, so you had to go back to editing, which was rather odd. However, David Schwartz says, if not, you can put the whole motion in footnotes and circumvent the page limitations. Now, one thing you should also know, guys, to any motion like this, there's a page limitation, which means you can't just file for the next 100 pages, right? There's, for example, 8 or 7 pages at maximum. And John said the judge must have anticipated that chess move because in Judge Torres' local rules, once more, for this judge, it reads that footnotes are discouraged. And David Schwartz came in with a really interesting reply. We all know why. See U.S. v. Smith, 1820. Okay, that's a long time ago. However, in there, the entire brief was just freaking footnotes, man. It's because at that point, it wasn't not allowed to do so. And so in your footnotes, you can just kind of go on for about, forever, basically, and state whatever you want, which is rather funny. At least I find it rather funny. And of course, that's in the past, though. I mean, it's not too relevant anymore. However, it's obvious, I guess, why they've made these choices, right? But hopefully, you guys got exactly what's going on right now. So that is the first 2 parts. Now, I had a couple of articles, rather funny. This is 3 hours ago. Here's what to expect from the friend of the court. Well, she got taken out of the game, so I guess this entire friend of the court thing is also not thrown out. I even find it funny that I was talking about this for so long. I was so excited because she is pretty bullish on crypto, really. And so I'm going to say this, right? If she actually does not get in when she does file to come in again, I'm going to say, guys, this is all a big show. The judge doesn't want facts. The judge doesn't want, clear rules and whatever. Because she's, I think, a really good asset for this lawsuit. And I think she's going to be pretty bullish for Ripple's side. So if she's not admitted to it, I'm not going to be really happy with that. Then again, sometimes strange things happen. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you as well. It's just crazy how these things go. I've seen a lot of people claim that Ripple has claimed another victory for some strange reason. I guess people are still talking about what just happened yesterday. And a lot of people right now are going back and forth about this speech from William Hinman, going back about the telephonic conference right now, where, again, Ripple had a little bit of a win because the SEC is going to overlook all the documents, which, again, are considered relevant to the Hinman speech and to the deliberative process privilege, but also to the fact of, is XRP related to Ether and Bitcoin, and how are those cryptos decided and all that. But let's see the last part. The SEC v. Ripple. SEC requests until September 8th to respond to Ripple's and Chris Lars's motion to compel the SEC to answer interrogatories concerning application of the Howey test. This matches the time schedule posted this morning. So basically they said, hey, we want to respond to your request that you posted today or officially yesterday on September 8th. And I don't think the judge is going to be too much against that. At first, they should have replied, I believe, on September 3rd, on Friday, but they want to do it and file it on Wednesday. So initially, it was going to be here on this day, the same day that they were supposed to give some information or response to the motion to compel the trading documents internally from the SEC. However, they've pushed it back to not have 2 things on the same day to September 8th, which is already in this schedule, though, so it's not too crazy. It's also not too strange, not too odd, nothing like that. So my conclusion of today, it's been a crazy day, really big day in terms of news. Nothing too heavy, though, in the sense that, I mean, it's nothing too crazy that we couldn't have expected, except for the fact that the local rules are pretty mesmerizing, I guess. I didn't expect those local rules to be in place. Really odd to me. I guess I don't know. It's not really my style, but then again, it is what it is. And Flare just gave an update. We've been working with exchanges to make sure that they've made their claims properly before any distribution is made. We've been able to double check the claims of all major exchanges and almost all sporting exchanges. That process finishes this morning. All right, that's about Flare. Because I told you guys on Twitter as well. I kind of forgot Flare existed until a little while ago. And I find it interesting that Flare doesn't like me enough to follow back, huh? I guess it's maybe because I have shown some criticism towards Flare before. Because they do follow all the all my friends in the community. With STBC, they don't want me. I guess I can understand though, guys. Once more, I'm one of the more critical people towards Flare because even though I think it's going to make us a lot of money if you're using it properly, there are definitely a couple of debatable points about it, which, in my opinion, refer to money grabbing. But all right, let's not go too far into that one for today. All right, let's stick with the good parts. Pretty big day, interesting. Let me know what you think about it down below, and hopefully you enjoyed my update. And once more, guys, I try to explain these things in the most clear and easy way possible. If you enjoyed that, make sure you press the like button. And guys, also, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. It helps the channel out so much. And make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. Because why not, right? I mean, right now we earn $3,300 worth of profit. You guys already know. You already know. It's looking good. On Bybit right now, there's a couple more days where you can get up to $3,650 worth of free bonuses. Check it out. A link is down below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.